Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into an extraordinary piece of American history, the 2022 United States quarter honoring the legendary poet and civil rights activist, Maya Angelou. This coin isn't just currency, it's a celebration of a life that inspired millions. If you're a collector, or simply fascinated by unique coins, stick around, because this Maya Angelou quarter has some incredible stories, rare details, and surprising value that you'll want to hear. The Maya Angelou quarter was released as part of the American Women Quarters program, designed to honor women who have made a profound impact on the nation. On the reverse side, the coin beautifully depicts Maya Angelou in a powerful pose, alongside a soaring bird, symbolizing her iconic poem, "And Still I Rise." Every detail, from her expression to the wings of the bird, was carefully crafted to capture her spirit, strength, and resilience. On the obverse, you'll find George Washington's timeless portrait, as with all quarters, linking history and heritage in one small, yet meaningful piece of art. What makes this 2022 quarter so fascinating to collectors is not just its homage to Maya Angelou, but its rarity and pristine condition and the potential for unique minting errors. Some coins from the initial mintage show slight doubling on the inscriptions or subtle misalignments in the bird's wings, details that slipped past quality control but make these coins one of a kind. Collectors actively seek out these variations, because error coins are often far more valuable than standard releases. The combination of historical significance, artistic design, and rarity makes this quarter highly desirable. Even without errors, a well-preserved, uncirculated Maya Angelou quarter holds appeal. Coins that have never touched circulation, shiny, crisp, and perfectly struck, can fetch serious attention in the collector community. Auction houses report growing interest in modern quarters that commemorate iconic figures, and this coin stands out as a symbol of both culture and history. If you happen to own one with any unique features or in mint condition, it could be a treasure in your collection. Now, let's talk value. While most circulated 2022 quarters are common, a mint condition Maya Angelou quarter or one with a rare error could be valued highly by collectors, sometimes reaching impressive numbers in dollars at auctions and specialty markets. This makes it an exciting find for anyone passionate about coins, history, and American culture. Top 2, we're taking a closer look at a classic piece of American currency, the 1985 United States quarter. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary coin, but for collectors, the 1985 quarter holds fascinating stories, hidden details, and potential value that could surprise you. Listen carefully, because this coin has some features that make it highly interesting for anyone passionate about coins. The 1985 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, a design that has graced U.S. quarters for decades, symbolizing leadership and American heritage. On the reverse, you'll find the eagle with outstretched wings, a classic emblem of strength and freedom. While it may look standard, the magic lies in the details, the condition, and the rare errors that can make this coin truly valuable. Collectors pay close attention to minting anomalies on the 1985 quarter. Some coins show doubling on the date, doubling on the word liberty, or subtle misalignments in the eagle's feathers. These errors are extremely rare and highly sought after, because no two error coins are exactly alike. Coins in mint condition that also have a verified error can command impressive prices in the collector market, making them a treasure for anyone lucky enough to find one. Even if your coin doesn't have an error, condition is everything. A 1985 quarter that has never been circulated, shiny, crisp, and untouched, can still be far more valuable than those that were used in daily transactions. Over the years, millions of these quarters have worn down, lost their original luster, and accumulated scratches, making pristine examples increasingly rare. For collectors, finding a high-grade, uncirculated 1985 quarter is like discovering a small piece of history preserved perfectly. Some of the most interesting 1985 quarters also come from different mints, including Philadelphia and Denver, with subtle differences that collectors look for. Coins with a deep, sharp strike, clear details, and original mint luster are particularly prized. If you check your 1985 quarters carefully, you may be holding a piece that's worth significantly more than face value. Now, let's talk value. While circulated quarters are common, a rare error or a flawless uncirculated 1985 quarter can be worth a substantial amount in dollars at auctions and collector markets. These coins are not just money, they're history, artistry, and a smart addition to any serious collection. Top 3, we're diving into a remarkable piece of American history, the 1965 United States quarter. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary coin, but for collectors, the 1965 quarter is full of fascinating details, rare features, and potential value that could surprise you. If you love coins, history, and treasure hunting, pay close attention, because this coin has a story that every collector should know. The 1965 quarter was a pivotal coin in U.S. history. It marked the first year that quarters were struck using a clad composition of copper and nickel instead of the 90% silver that had been standard for decades. This shift was due to rising silver prices, making silver coins too expensive to produce. On the obverse, you'll find the classic portrait of George Washington, a design that has become iconic over centuries. On the reverse, the eagle with outstretched wings represents freedom, strength, and American pride. Even though the design looks familiar, the 1965 quarter is unique because of its composition and place in history. Collectors often seek out 1965 quarters for rare minting errors and subtle differences that occurred during production. Some coins show doubling on the date or on the lettering, while others have misaligned strikes or uneven edges. These anomalies are incredibly rare and can make a coin dramatically more valuable than a standard issue. If you find one with a verified error, you're holding a one-of-a-kind treasure. Condition is also a huge factor. Circulated 1965 quarters are common, but an uncirculated coin, bright, crisp, and free from wear, can attract serious attention from collectors. Over decades, most coins have been handled, losing their original luster and detail. A pristine 1965 quarter is like a window into history, perfectly preserved from the moment it left the mint. Another point of interest is the mint mark. The 1965 quarters were struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and collectors pay close attention to subtle differences in minting quality. A deep strike, sharp details, and flawless surfaces can turn an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. Whether it's for historical significance or its rarity and condition, the 1965 quarter holds special appeal for any serious coin collector. Now, let's talk value. While most circulated 1965 quarters are worth only a small amount, an uncirculated coin or one with a rare minting error can be valued highly in dollars at auctions and specialized markets. These coins are more than currency, they're miniature pieces of history, a symbol of change in American minting, and a fascinating addition to any collection. Top 4, we're exploring a classic piece of American history, the 1972 United States quarter. At first glance, it might look like a common coin, but for serious collectors, the 1972 quarter is full of fascinating details, rare features, and even potential surprises that could make it highly valuable. If you love coins, history, and hidden treasures, listen closely, because this is a coin worth your attention. The 1972 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, a design that has symbolized leadership and American heritage for decades. On the reverse, the eagle with outstretched wings represents strength, freedom, and pride, making this coin an enduring symbol of the United States. But what makes the 1972 quarter particularly interesting is its minting history and the rare errors that occurred during production, which collectors actively seek out. Some 1972 quarters show doubling on the date, doubling on the word liberty, or even subtle shifts in the eagle's feathers, errors that were not intended but slipped past the minting process. These anomalies are rare and make the coins highly desirable for collectors. An error coin can turn a standard quarter into a unique, one-of-a-kind piece, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for these unusual examples. Condition also plays a crucial role in the coin's value. Most 1972 quarters in circulation show wear, scratches, and loss of luster, but an uncirculated coin, bright, crisp, and untouched, can be significantly more valuable. Coins preserved in mint condition are like tiny time capsules, capturing the moment they were struck decades ago. The combination of condition, rarity, and historical significance makes the 1972 quarter an exciting addition to any collection. Another aspect collectors pay attention to is the mint mark. 1972 quarters were struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and subtle differences in quality or strike can make certain coins more sought after. A well-struck coin with sharp details and flawless surfaces can attract serious collector interest, especially when paired with rare minting errors. Now, let's talk about value. While most circulated 1972 quarters are worth only a small amount, an uncirculated coin or one with a minting error can command impressive attention and be valued highly in dollars at auctions and collector markets. These coins are more than money, they're pieces of history, reflecting the craftsmanship, design, and stories of their time. So, if you own a 1972 quarter, inspect it carefully, preserve it properly, and check for errors or unique features. You could be holding a hidden gem. Top 5, and last expensive coin. We're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, the 1979 United States quarter. While it may seem like an ordinary coin, for collectors, the 1979 quarter holds an intriguing mix of history, rarity, and potential value that could make it a hidden gem in your collection. If you love coins and enjoy discovering unique treasures, pay close attention, because this coin has stories that every enthusiast will want to hear. The 1979 quarter features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, a design that has symbolized leadership and American heritage for decades. On the reverse, the eagle with outstretched wings represents strength, freedom, and pride. While the design might look familiar, what makes this quarter so interesting to collectors are the rare details, minting errors, and the coin's condition over the years, which can make it surprisingly valuable. Collectors often search for 1979 quarters that show unusual minting errors. Some coins exhibit doubling on the date, doubling on the word liberty, or subtle misalignments in the eagle's feathers. These minting anomalies were unintended but slipped past the mint, creating unique and one-of-a-kind pieces. Coins with verified errors are highly sought after, as no two-error coins are exactly alike, making them a prized addition to any serious collection. Condition plays a major role in the coin's value. While most 1979 quarters have circulated for decades and show wear, scratches, or faded details, an uncirculated coin, shiny, crisp, and free from handling, can be far more valuable. Pristine coins preserve the original strike and luster from the mint, making them look almost like they were just produced. For collectors, these well-preserved coins are like small windows into history, perfectly capturing the era in which they were struck. Mint marks also add to the collectible appeal of the 1979 quarter. Coins were produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and subtle differences in strike, depth, or design details can make certain quarters more desirable than others. Sharp details, clean edges, and flawless surfaces combined with any minting errors can dramatically increase the coin's market value. Now, let's talk about worth. While most circulated 1979 quarters are valued modestly, uncirculated coins or those with rare minting errors can attract serious collector interest and be worth a significant amount in dollars at auctions and collector markets. These coins are more than just money, they represent history, craftsmanship, and the stories behind each unique strike. So, if you own a 1979 quarter, examine it carefully, preserve it well, and look for any unusual features or minting errors. You might be holding a valuable piece of history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1979 quarter, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on discovering rare and valuable coins. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.